I'm back. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be back. Thank you. Thank you. Stop. Okay. Okay. Let me get to it. Thank you. Thank you. Shut up. That's better. Welcome back to RedX Review of Epic Proportions. The doors are open. The series is back. I'm talking behind the camera again rather than just being dead silent and letting you see the figures. I'm going to talk about the figures again. So here we go with a special look at the Power Rangers Dino Charge SH Figuarts figures, or of course you could go by their Japanese name counterpart, which is none other than Suden Sentai Kyoryuger. And today we're taking a look at Kyoryu Red, but for the sake of not screwing up this review, and for the sake of being Power Rangers related only, since that's all that's in my SH Figuarts collection, I'm going to decree this Power Rangers Dino Charge. So, let's take a look at the package and just get it out of the way, because I've already pulled out all the content, just to get everything all situated so I don't drag this out as long as it's going to be. So, here's the package. There's the Red Ranger. There's a little bit of a bio when it comes to SH Figuarts. If you'd like to pause the viewer, go right ahead. And time's up. Here's a little look at when this figure was made. That was last year, obviously, made in China. Here's a look at the... pretty much the same thing. Pretty much the same thing. And then, of course, here's the back of the packaging with some American language, and that's it. And we'll bring in the Dino Charge Red Ranger figure. And he is so freaking awesome. Very nicely detailed. I mean, the sculpting on this is just superb. I have one little paint flaw on my figure, and that is the fact that his left tooth at the front is a bit smaller than the right side. So, you know, that's just a little bit of a paint issue, but that's nothing big. I mean, that's just a nitpick, obviously. The figure is just riveting. I mean, what else can I say about this besides it is definitely a charge, definitely worth buying. Yeah, I pretty much just gave away the whole review right there. Is he worth buying? Yeah, he is, obviously. I just gave that away. That's very nice, but the review must go on, so sorry, it's not done yet. So we're going to take a look at his belt real quickly. There's the Dino Charge logo, and I have no idea why this swivels. I do not watch Kyoryuger. I don't watch any of the Super Sentai counterparts to Power Rangers, so not saying it's bad or anything. I just have no experience, so I know nothing about this Ranger. I know nothing about his character or profile or anything that he does in that show. So there's something out of the norm. And speaking of out of the norm, take a look at this. Look at this shoulder armor he actually has. This one pad on the left side of his basic suit. That's pretty freaking awesome. As a matter of fact, I love how it makes the Dino Charge logo. It just goes completely around, fully painted, unlike some Bandai of America products, except for the Legacy line, okay? I'll give them credit where credit's due. Their 5-inch Legacy line looks amazing. I just ain't had time to get any of them yet. I wish I could, but money's tight these days. So, you know, it's a sacrifice for paying $40 to $50, maybe even up to $75 per Figuart, depending on where you get them. As a matter of fact, the only way that I can say don't get these figures is if you don't have the money to get them, because when it comes to the Kyoryuger line, they were limited, and once production stopped, that was pretty much the end of it. You're looking at paying almost over $500 to get the whole entire team of 6. Call me crazy, but that's what I did, and it took me quite some time. So, yeah, the figure is awesome. Articulation is pretty much awesome as well. I mean, it's what you've come to expect when it comes to humanoid quality. Ball jointed head, ball jointed neck. This shoulder bit gets out of the way so you can get a full range of motion when it comes to the shoulder bits. So, it's a full range. And then he's got a little bit of a bicep swivel, but that's also in the shoulder bit. And I like how this shoulder bit is actually black to represent this side over here, the slash or whatever it is. And then, of course, this side's red, resembling the actual suit itself. And I love how the detail on this is actually scaled. That is so freaking awesome. I was not really expecting this to happen, but it happened, and it's awesome. It's nice work from Tamashii Nation. So cool. He's got double jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists. I'm going to get this out of the way. It just keeps slipping. And he's got ball jointed uppercut. He's got a pivot or swivel to the waist. It is a ball joint, but it's really that hard to move. And it's not my figure, it's everybody's figure. And then, of course, he's got ball jointed legs. He's got extra articulation. If you slide it down a bit, you can get the legs higher, maybe even higher than that. He's got thigh rotation, double jointed knees. He's got a bit of a squeakiness to him, but that's my figure. Your results may vary. And then he's got ball jointed ankles, his feet swivel, that's cool, and he's got toe articulation, so this figure is loaded in articulation. Then again, if it comes from the SH Figuarts line, why wouldn't it be? This guy is amazing, and so are his weapons, and I'll get right into it right now. So, for the sake of keeping this review going without stuttering, I'm going to call this the Dino Blade, because that's what it reminds me of. It's a sword, right? So yeah, Dino Blade. Very nicely painted. Tamashii Nation spares to no expense. Very cool. Here's his Dino Blaster, in which, if I am not mistaken, which I probably am since I do not watch Super Sentai or Kyoryuger, this is their Morpher. No? Right? Yes? Still, on the other hand, it is awesome. Very cool, very nicely sculpted, and very nicely painted. No sloppiness whatsoever, and I dig it. Now, to some accessories I refuse to pull out and show off for one particular reason, which is why this figure has his issues. He can break really easily if you are not careful. I have read so many reviews on this figure, and a lot of people say that the easiest places to break him is where these features come into play. Like for his Tyrannosaurus claw is what I'm going to call it, because it reminds me of the red lion things from Power Rangers Wild Force. Pretty much so. This piece, as it shows on the instruction manual right here, which I cannot read Japanese, but you can guess it. You have to pop off his hand, and then you have to pop this piece in there, which is kind of ridiculous, but, you know, I guess it's cost savings, so there's that. And it's just a very tight fit on this side, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to take that chance of breaking my figure, and especially when it comes to the arm piece right here, this armor bit, which kind of reminds me of Super Dino Mode in Power Rangers Dino Thunder. This, you have to take off the whole entire arm and leave that shoulder joint intact, and it is not easy. Not unless you use a blow dryer, but unfortunately I ain't got time to pull one out, and I'm not going to cut the camera just to go pull one out, so you're just going to have to deal with it. There are a lot of reviews of this figure on YouTube because I am late to the game, but I have my reasons. So, let's just go ahead and get to a quick size comparison. So here's Black Series Stormtrooper, 6-inch. Here's Luke Skywalker, because the Black Series is just amazing, and I love this collection so far. But these are just the quickest of the figures that I could actually find to review with this guy, just to put them in scale. So there's that. I've really got no complaints about this figure when it comes to appearance. It is amazing. The fact that the quality is just lacking in some places, being the place where people are breaking their figure very easily, which, you know, I'm a bit worried. I would love to show, I really would love to show these bits off with this figure, but I just got him, and I don't want to risk breaking him and having to spend another $50 to get this figure. Just to buy another Red Ranger, because it just would be ridiculous. But overall, I am impressed with this figure. I can recommend him, but only if you can actually afford him. For crying out loud, this is a collector's item. This is not really something you actually play with. I mean, you could. Don't get me wrong, I've had my share of messing around with the Black Series figures, but that is an American toy company, which is targeted at kids and teens and a few adults here or there. But that being said, I mean, I I've got no complaints about this figure except for the quality and the fact that people are breaking him. But if there is anything else that I've missed, which I did, as a matter of fact I did, I forgot. Yeah, there's his additional handset. As you can see, he's got closed fists, he's got some fists where he can hold his Dino Blaster, and then he's got some super threatening, posing hands that are probably like a roll call or something. I don't know for sure. Like I said, I do not watch Kyoryuger or any of the Super Sentai series. So, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. I will answer them when I have time. In the meantime, I've got other reviews ahead. As a matter of fact, I've got Dino Charge, Black Ranger, and Pink Ranger to do, the Blue Ranger and Green Ranger, and then I got Gold Ranger, and then we can move on to something else special. If that being the case, if anybody actually likes some Black series, because I do. Hands in the air. Hand in the air. Nobody? Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion, but there's my opinion. You wanted it. There it is. I'm back, everyone. So, thanks for the support. Your wish has been granted. We'll see how long I stay on YouTube this time, but until the next review, that's me, RedX, signing out. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time.